Hey guys, taking a look at more Western releases today. We're taking a look at two more of these Fallout Mega Merge figures based on the Glyos system. Supposedly every single figure released under the Glyos system are compatible with each other. They have the same joint, same size, so you can, swap pieces around, arms, legs, foot, and heads, and whatever. I have two of these Vault armors here because honestly these are the only good looking stuff from this line. All of the humanoid characters or the detective Nick Valentine, they don't look good at all. They're just kind of rubbish and ugly. They remind me of like Kenner toys way back when they're releasing faces that look nothing like the actors. So, but at least these armors, I can swap parts between them and they will still look good. So let's take a closer look at these two, and I guess I'll compare them with the first wave of these Vault armors. And if they do release any more of these, I'll probably pick up only one or two of these, whichever form that I think looks interesting, because there's also another Vault armor here that I decided to skip because I just didn't find it appealing. So here we are with two of these Series 2 figures from Just Toys International, and the packaging is slightly different from the first one. The first one has the Vault tech, sort of blue going on. This green, I don't know what it is, I guess it's just a waistline color. And the overall layout is still the same, but you can see that they've done a bit different here. They got the actual figure printed on there, and these are of course also still only at GameStop. On the back of the original box you got 4 of these on display there, and these do as well, but it's actually more than 4 figures in Series 2. We have this one, the Hot Rod Shark Armor T45, the Vault Tech one, Nick Valentine Vault Dreller. The number 9 is a female Vault Dreller, which also doesn't look good. Like, none of these human characters look good. And there's also the number 10, which is the Nuka-Cola T51 armor. And this one doesn't have Nuka-Cola on the back, it's just not there, so you can't see it. One, we did have a T51 armor. This armor looks like it's unfinished, it's not fully painted as such. So yeah, these new figures are the exact same mold, and they have the exact same weapon and the exact same plastic tray inside. Of course, the only difference is the coloring. So you see there, identical. And I just want to look at the Vault Tech one first. So yes, it looks pretty cool. Now, the blue on here is a bit too light in my opinion. I think it should be darker. Much more navy blue, but again, it's meant to be metallic and shiny, and what they've done is they just molded this figure in that bluish plastic. So they've just taken the old molds and just did a new color, and then they painted some brown bits or gray bits and these little yellow lines on it to make it Vault Tech. I feel like there should be a bit more yellow details on this than what you can see here. There's essentially no paint on the back almost. Oh, that messed up. But he looks okay, and honestly it's the gimmick of Vault Tech that makes me want this figure, to be honest. So yeah, there's a little bit of silver details there as well. So yeah, I wish the colors are deeper, and I wish there was a bit more yellow, and there we go. On the other hand, we have Nuka-Cola. Once again, the red is the base plastic that they've molded, and it has a metallic shine. They put a little bit of glitter in there, but there's a lot more other painted details. See, the grays go down to the legs. As for the Nuka-Cola logo stuff, that's printed okay on there. You see Nuka-Cola on the shoulder pads as well. But once again, this red is just off. It's not deep enough, it's not dark enough. Like, I get it, they molded the red with metallic plastic, so that's why it's so shiny and stuff, but this one fares better than the Vault Tech one. But I feel like I can probably get the red Gundam marker pen and just color it in, fill it in. It'll look much better than it is right now. So for those of you who can't remember, these are the articulation. You got a ball peg for the head. You look up a little bit, look down a little bit, just sideways, whatever, and of course rotate. The shoulder pads are pegged onto the shoulders, so they can be pulled off if you need to. Arms rotate. There's a rotating joint here, so no elbow joint unfortunately. Hands are stuck to the arm. Swivel here, legs, swivel, only this much. This is still really dumb. There's no joint here, in like a proper joint, instead it just rotates. And that's it really, so there's a lot of articulation there's a lot of articulation missing from these little Glyos figures. Still, they look pretty good on a shelf, and if you like Vault Tech and Fallout and all that good stuff, these armors are pretty awesome. I really hope they can change that joint at some point. I'm just going to play some of the other armors we have from the previous wave. Here's a Enclave one just to stand on the side as well. Even in Fallout 4, I spent a lot of time on one of the villages just building up this display house in the first town. I forget what town it's called, but I built up this little building like a few stories high. One floor had these mannequins to put on all the uniforms, and one floor had all of these vaults, and one of the floors had all these armors just showing out on display. It was just pretty cool to have these armors. After completing the main quest and a lot of side quests and stuff, any missing armors, I just typed in the cheat code to unlock them because I just wanted to have them on display, and I wasn't too bothered about going through different quests and side quests just to find all these armors. It's cool to have them on display here, and by the way, they're the same scale as like a Shodo Kamen Rider figure. And then speaking of Fallout, just a quick look at this guy here. My cousin picked up a random Funko blind bag. It was buy two, get one free or something. And I should pick this one up, and it was cool. I really like cats. Well, I like animals. I like cute things. And we picked this one up. This is the luck one? Because it's not the Animal Whisperer. It doesn't look exactly like one of the perks, but here's a Fallout perk figure, Vault 111. I don't like Funko Pops at all. I think they've missed the balance between looking like the character and being cute. I think Lego's the perfect balance. That's where they got it. So, even Japanese, all of their chibi stuff have the right balance, but Funkos just miss it. Plus, they don't move. The little statues that cost way too much. Still, this thing by Funko there is okay as a non-Funko Pop thing. It kind of resembles the perk, but it's not quite. I wish it looked more like the actual perk. I would have preferred that, but this is still nice, so I'll thank my cousin for this. It's pretty awesome and pretty, accurate to me, because I like cats. So yeah. So this power suits are pretty cool. Paints weren't great, but for a cheapo toy they can just easily pick up, they were okay, and plus they're discounted on GameStop right now, so if you want to pick those up, they're pretty cheap. I still wish that there was like arm and leg articulation, but otherwise they're okay as a little desktop kind of thing. They're not like wow figures to play around with, so I'm not too bothered about them. It's just nice to see a lot of them, like on a shelf or something. That's pretty cool. Like I said earlier in the video, I still have them displayed in my Fallout 4 save game. Just kind of cool to have those like laid out like that, just to see all different suits and models. It's fun, at least more fun than Fallout 76. By the way, I also tried out the Fallout board game. That's not very good, but the Fallout miniature game, that looks quite fun and addictive. I kind of want those miniatures that look really cool in some of the sets. And Fallout, they've also released a bunch of those little plastic figurines you can get. That'll be so awesome just to paint up. But they're only sold in America, so I'm gonna have to go on eBay or find my cousin to help me or something. Those would be really cool to pick up. Just little like robots and vault drillers and different mechs and the armors. As always, if you enjoyed this video, click the like button or dislike button below. Leave a comment and share this video with other people. You can also support this channel by heading over to Patreon, turning that off and all that good stuff. As always, take care, have a nice day. I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye now.